Join me on one of the finest walks on the Isle of Arran, Scotland, the Glenashdale Falls and the Giant's Grave circular walk from Whiting Bay. Just parked up in Whiting Bay to go and take a look at the Glenashdale Falls and the Giant Stones. Just come to a little viewpoint near the main parking area. We're in Whiting Bay. It's quite a view. There's the main parking area, but there's plenty of room on the front to park as well. The circular walk is approximately 3 miles with about 150 metres of ascent and takes around 2 hours to complete. There is a link in the description to the walk route. It's turned out to be quite a pleasant day now, as we see the path up from Whiting Bay up to Glenashdale Falls. I think it's just over a mile to the falls, so a bit of a trek up. So looks like we've got two options here, the Giant's Graves, or to the falls. I'm going to the falls first, and then you can make a round trip and drop over to the Giant's Graves, and we'll come out there later on before we drop down to the car. So it's a bit of a climb to the falls, but it's on a nice easy track. Just coming up to a bridge. Bit of a waterfall up yonder. You can see it on my GoPro. I think you should be able to pick that up. Stop cascading down. Now making a bit more of a climb. Path. See the sea in the background. Looking back, climbed quite a bit now. Some steps to climb. Can't be too far away from the falls, the Glenashdale Falls. I can hear people ahead, so I'm assuming they're at the falls. Quite a few steps for the last bit of climb. So there's a big crowd just left the falls for me to myself. Well, that's a pretty impressive falls, wouldn't you say? No. A bit better than the small ones, and the better view. Thought to get me on with the falls, Glenashdale Falls. Prove I've been here. Pretty impressive, wouldn't you say? Gonna leave the falls behind now and make us way to the Giant Graves. I assume he's up this hill here. So now we're making our way to the Giant's Graves. It's amazing what a bit of sunshine does to your mood. It's quite a pleasant walk, this one. It's like might get another view of the waterfall, perhaps. You can still hear it. Oh yeah. There you go. As we now make our way up to the giants' graves. It's all nicely signposted for you. We're on this nice wide track. So we're on this nice wide road track. It's quite high up as well. It's made quite a bit of height as we came up from sea level, so you can see we've climbed quite a lot to go up here. That sure is a super view though. Looking over Whiting Bay and then see over to the mainland of Scotland. You can see the Broddick to Ardrossan ferry going across. What a fantastic view. It's beautiful.
The high ground you see here across Whiting Bay is Holy Island.
What a beautiful view. Not too far from the giants' graves, I think. I can see some people over there, and I can see some of the stones of the graves. Let's just go around and smashing views though. It's a yacht. See some of the stones there. Giants' burial grounds. A beautiful backdrop. So it's all nicely signposted for you. Wow, looks like some people got a tour up here, a Jeep safari, Arran safari. Huh. A bit too pleasant for that, I think. Nice walk and certainly better. So here we are approaching the giants' graves. I don't know too much about them, so there'll be some of my narration about it when I find out more about it. All I know is they're very old.
There are two cairns at the giants' graves, and this one to the south is the smaller and least well preserved one. You can clearly see the chamber and the upright at the entrance. Excavation in the 1960s produced some pottery and human bone. The cairns were built using simple tools and required considerable communal effort. They date back to sometime between 4500 to 5500 BC.
So just going over to the second set of stones. See Goatfell in the background over yonder. So we can get a photograph of the stones of Goatfell on.
This is the larger of the two cairns, but unfortunately most of the smaller stones have been removed for walls and buildings. The two upright stones once surrounded the forecourt, and a large leaning slab was part of the chamber roof. This cairn was excavated in 1902, where some burnt bone, pottery, flint knives and some stone arrowheads were found in it. The cairns were intended for the remains of the community's ancestors and not just individuals. The forecourts may have been for rituals conducted for burial and remembrance of the ancestors.
So the Arran safari just got a bit of a chit chat on the stones. Should have recorded it. Sounds as though we knew quite a lot about them. And that was the Giant's Grave. So now we're going back to Whiting Bay to pick up the car. Hopefully get some decent views out to the coast on the way there. The views are pretty immense on the way down. Taking in Whiting Bay down there. You can see my car parked up, I think, down below.
We're getting some super views here over Whiting Bay and across to Orley Island on the way down.
Well, this would be a super spot for chill out, a few beers at sunset. Alright, chill out for a bit here. Just getting those last of those awesome views as we drop down back into Whiting Bay. It's turned out to be a really nice day. And here we are, back at the crossroads we came across earlier on, where we took the choice of the falls first. So we're not too far from Whiting Bay front and where the car's parked.